a WikiVidi documentaries production. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Enjoy. Bernard Arnault. Bernard Jean Étienne Arnault is a French business magnate, an investor, and an art collector. Arnault is the chairman and chief executive officer of LVMH, the world's largest luxury goods company. He is the richest person in France, and the fourth richest person in the world according to Forbes magazine, with a net worth of $72 billion, as of March 2018. Early life. After graduating from the Lycée Maxence van der Meesch in Roubaix, Arnault was admitted to the École Polytechnique in Palaiseau, from which he graduated with an engineering degree in 1971. His father, Jean-Léon Arnault, a graduate of École Centrale Paris, was a manufacturer and the owner of the civil engineering company, Férinel. After graduation, Arnault joined his father's company in 1971. In 1976, he convinced his father to liquidate the construction division of the company for 40 million French francs and to change the focus of the company to real estate. Using the name Férinel, the new company developed a specialty in holiday accommodation. Named the director of company development in 1974, he became the CEO in 1977. In 1979, he succeeded his father as president of the company. Christian Dior. In 1984, with the help of Antoine Bernheim, a senior partner of Lazard Frères, Arnault acquired the Financier Agache, a luxury goods company. He became the CEO of Financier Agache and subsequently took control of Boussac Saint Frère, a textile company in turmoil. Boussac owned Christian Dior, the department store Le Bon Marché, the retail shop Conforama, and the diapers manufacturer Peaudouce. He sold nearly all the company's assets, keeping only the prestigious Christian Dior brand and Le Bon Marché department store. LVMH. In 1987, shortly after the creation of LVMH, the brand new luxury group resulting from the merger between two companies, Arnault mediated a conflict between Alain Chevalier, Moet Hennessy's CEO, and Henri Racamire, president of Louis Vuitton. The new group held property rights to Dior perfumes that Arnault believed should be incorporated into Dior Couture. In July 1988, Arnault provided $1.5 billion to form a holding company with Guinness that held 24% of LVMH's shares. In response to rumors that the Louis Vuitton group was buying LVMH's stock to form a blocking minority, Arnault spent $600 million to buy 13.5% more of LVMH, making him LVMH's first shareholder. In January 1989, he spent another $500 million to gain control, a total of 43.5% of LVMH and 35% of voting rights, thus reaching the blocking minority that he needed to stop the dismantlement of the LVMH group. On the 13th of January 1989, he was unanimously elected chairman of the Executive Management Board. Since then, Arnault led the company through an ambitious development plan, transforming it into one of the largest luxury groups in the world, alongside Swiss luxury giant Richemont and French-based Kering. In 11 years, the market value of LVMH has multiplied by at least 15, while, simultaneously, the sales and profit rose by 500%. He promoted decisions towards decentralizing the group's brands. As a result of these measures, the brands are now viewed as independent firms with their own history. Arnault professional decisions support the idea that LVMH has shared advantages, such having the strong brands that help finance those that are still developing. The portfolio of major luxury brands has a history of stability, and thus its solidity allows for new acquisitions and group development. It is because of this strategy that Christian Lacroix could open his own fashion house. In July 1988, Arnault acquired Celine. In 1993, LVMH acquired Bluti and Kenzo. In the same year, Arnault bought out the French economic newspaper La Tribune. The company never achieved the desired success, despite his €150 million investment, and he sold it in November 2007 in order to buy a different French economic newspaper, Les Echos, for €240 million. In 1994, LVMH acquired the perfume firm Guerlain. In 1996, Arnault bought out Loewe, followed by Marc Jacobs and Sephora in 1997. These brands were also integrated into the group. Thomas Pink in 1999, Emilio Pucci in 2000 and Fendi, DKNY and La Samaritaine in 2001. In the 1990s, Arnault decided to develop a center in New York to manage LVMH's presence in the United States. He chose Christian de Port-Saint-Parc to supervise this project. The result was the LVMH Tower that opened in December 1999. Other investments. From 1998 to 2001, Arnault invested in a variety of web companies such as Boo.com, LibertySurf, and Zbank through his holding Europet Web Group. Arnault also invested in Netflix in 1999. In 2007, Blue Capital, that Arnault owns jointly with the California property firm Colony Capital, acquired 10.69% of France's largest supermarket retailer and the world's second largest food distributor Carrefour. In 2008, he entered the yacht business and bought Princess Yachts for €253 million. He subsequently took control of Royal Van Lent for an almost identical sum. Art collector. Arnault is a noted art collector and known for his contemporary collection that includes work by Picasso, Yves Klein, Henry Moore, and Andy Warhol. He was also instrumental in establishing LVMH as a major patron of art in France. The LVMH Young Fashion Designer was created as an international competition open to students from fine arts schools. Every year, the winner is awarded a grant to support the creation of the designer's own label and with a year of mentorship. From 1999 to 2003, he owned Philippe de Paris & Company, an art auction house, and bought out the first French auctioneer, Tajan. In 2006, Arnault started the building project of the Louis Vuitton Foundation. Dedicated to creation and contemporary art, the building was designed by the architect Frank Gehry. The foundation's grand opening at the Jardin d'Acclimatation Paris was held on the 20th of October 2014. Personal life. Arnault has been married twice and has a daughter and 4 sons. He was married to Anne Duvrin from 1973 to 1990, and the couple has a daughter Delphine and a son Antoine. Arnault married his second wife, Hélène Mercier Arnault, a Canadian pianist from Quebec, in 1991. The couple have 3 sons, Alexandre, Frédéric, and Jean. Arnault was a witness at French President Nicolas Sarkozy's wedding to Cecilia Sagana Albanese. Arnault owned the 70 meters converted research vessel Amadeus, which was sold in late 2015. His current 101.5 meters yacht Symphony was built in the Netherlands by Fedship and delivered in mid-2015. Arnault owns Sistine Key, otherwise known as Indigo Island, a 135-acre luxury retreat in the Exumas. The island can host up to 18 guests and plug air-rated, for upwards of $300,000 per week. High-profile guests include Robbie Williams and Niaga Khan. Request for Belgian nationality. It was disclosed that Arnault planned to apply for Belgian citizenship and was considering moving to Belgium in 2013. In April 2013, Arnault said that he had been misquoted and that he never intended to leave France. "I repeatedly said that I would stay as a resident in France, and that I would continue to pay my taxes. Today, I decided to remove any ambiguity. I withdraw my request of Belgian nationality." Requesting Belgian nationality was to better protect the foundation that I created with the sole purpose of ensuring the continuity and integrity of the LVMH group if I were to disappear. On the 10th of April 2013, Arnault announced that he had decided to abandon his application for Belgian citizenship, saying he did not want the move to be misinterpreted as a measure of tax evasion at a time when France faced economic and social challenges. Arnault also stated that several employees requested to leave France for tax purposes, that he declined their requests, and that the 75% tax would not raise a lot of revenue, but should prove less divisive now that it was set to be levied on firms rather than people, and only due to stay in place for 2 years. Brought to you by WikiVidi Documentaries. Would you like to know more?